Hey everyone, I hope you all are doing really good. Welcome back to my channel Encoders, where you will get information related to data science. I am your guide Nitin Kantpal, an aspiring data scientist at JupyterNotebook Robotics. Well, in our previous video, we got to know what are Python fundamentals and we got an overview on them. So, in this today's video, we will be taking one of them and gonna learn them about in details, which is variables and its assignment. So without wasting any time, let's get started. Well, so what is a variable in Python? A variable in Python represents named location that refers to a value and whose value can be used and processed during program run. Or in simple terms, it is a named label whose value can be used and processed during program run, which are known as variables. For example, to store name of a student and marks of a student during a program run, we require some labels to refer to these marks so that these can be distinguished easily. For example, like if I write marks then equal to then 90, this here is a example of variable. Now let's get into creating a variable. For creating a variable, Python variables are created by assigning value of desired type to them, like what I did previously, marks equal to 90. That's how you create a variable. Its syntax is variable name then assigned value. This is the syntax of a variable. For example, like this, these are some example variables. First is marks, which is 70 equal to 70, then student equal to quotation and Jacob, then age equal to 16. Well, these are some of the example of a variable. So as we can see, creating variable is just this simple. Well, we are right. In Python, to create a variable, we just need to assign the specific type of value in it, just like we did in the example, where we created a variable namely marks to store a student's marks, then variable student to hold student name, and then variable age to store student's age. These marks, student, age is a variable, and 70, Jacob and 16 is a value which is stored in that variable. So now it's so simple, right? Let's now try some creating variables by ourselves. First, we got example of creating a variable of string type. Well, what is a string type? String is just things written in the quotation mark, like this. Jacob is a string as it is written inside a quotation. If I write name, then space, now quotation, this is a variable as it stored a name. Now if I create another variable of a float type, I will write this num1, then float value is 78.07, and I will run this. As we can see, there is a number here, which means it successfully executed without any error. Now integer type, just number, any integer, and run. So it's simple, right? Well, now we got ourselves some rules for creating a variable, as if we are creating something, we should know the rules for creating them. First, we got the rule is that variable names must contain only underscore, alphabets and integers. As we got to know this first thing, variable names must contain only three things: underscore, alphabets and integers. Next, variable name can only be start with an underscore or an alphabet. Variable name will always start with an alphabet or underscore. We can't write numbers to start a variable name. Then variable name can't have any special characters. By special characters, I mean @ hashtag, $, modulus, etc. Variable name can't start with a digit or a special character. Just I mentioned above, variable names can't be start with a digit or special characters. It can only be start with alphabets or underscore. Python keywords can't be used as a variable name. Python by default have some keywords which are reserved words, and we can't use them for creating variables. Next we got variable names are case sensitive. By case sensitive I mean whole Python language is case sensitive. As if I create a variable name as name, then write here this, right, and then again I create another variable, but we choose this name like the capital N, and I write here Preeti. Now if I run this and if I print name, this small one, I got Nitin as the output, but if I write capital on N in front of it, then I got different output. So it means it's case sensitive. So if you are gonna use these variables, you must use the appropriate name. Like if you are gonna use lowercase, then you should remember that the name of that variable is in lowercase. You can't just simply use a uppercase name of that variable, as it will cause an error. Well, important thing to remember that variables are not storage containers in Python. As some people will say that variables store value, but it happens in other languages. In Python it is a different case, as variable does not store value in it in Python. For example, if I write age equal to 15, then age equal to 20. This example, if I do in any traditional programming language variables, like for example C, if I write this age 15, we got a variable age whose ID is 202530, right, and the store value is it 15. Okay, now if I change the value like this, age equal to 20, the ID is same but the value is changing in it. It happens in traditional programming languages like C, C++, etc. But in Python it's different, as Python store variables in memories. Like this, Python store variables in memories, as these values 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19 and so on have a specific value assigned to them. Like 15 has 20216, 14 has 20200. So like this, if I make a variable name age equal to 15, age variable will point to this specific value which is 15 and whose ID is 20216, memory location, or we can say. And if I in the next statement I change the value of that age equal to 20, what it will happen in Python is that age variable will stop pointing to this value 20216 and it will start pointing to this value 20296. So what is the difference is that it is not storing the value in it, it's just simply changing the memory location of that thing. Like if this is 15 and this is 20, first it will point here, then it will change here. So value is already fixed, but the variable is actually assigning different memory location value. Values are already defined. Unlike in C++, here the age container has a specific value, ID, memory location which we say, and the values are getting stored in them. As here age 202530, the memory location is same, and here also the memory location is same. But in Python the value have a memory location, but variable is just a median to point to the specific memory location. Now we got ourselves L values and R values. Well, simply just say L values are the values which are in the left hand side and R values are the right hand side on our expression. Like for example, A equal to 20 and B equal to 10. Here A equal to 20, A is on our left side, so A is L value, and 20 is on our right side, so 20 is our R value. multiple assignments. Python is very versatile with assignments. There are many different ways one can use assignment in Python. First is assigning same value to multiple variables. We can assign same value to multiple variables, and this is the syntax of it. Like here I wrote a equal to b equal to c equal to 10. So what will happen if I print a here, it will show value of 10. Sorry, I actually forgot to run this cell. Silly me. Well, now if I do this, a has a value of 10. If I run b also have the same value, and c also has the same value. So here in the above example, we assign value 10 to all the variables a, b and c. Second method we got assigning multiple values to multiple variable. Like in our first example, we did one value to different variables. Now in this, we have the same number of variable and same number of values. Like here, x, y and z. X has value 10, y has value 20 and z has value 30. And this style of assigning values is very useful and compact. For example, x and y equal to 25 and 50. So now if I print x and y, output will be 25 and 50 as shown here. And if I want to have the value of swapping these values, I can just simply do this x, y equal to y and x. Y has the value of 50 and x has the value of 25. So it will just swap the values here. And we got, wow, silly me again. I guess even us also make mistakes. Well, now as we can see, we have successfully swapped our values by this method. Now there is a question for you all, which I already did, but again, if I have this value, wait, let me just change the values, and yeah. So this is a question for you all. I hope it's visible. A, B and C, 791, these are the value assigned to them. Now if I run this program, what will be the value of A, B and C? And I hope you don't forget to comment its answer in the comment box. Also, you might be wondering how I go from this light theme to this dark theme. Well, check my other video here or there, the link will be popping up. Check it, and you will also know how to change the theme of Jupyter Notebook by me. Well, after this we got another topic, which is variable definition. In variable, this is a definition of variable actually. In Python, a variable is created only when you first assign a value to it. It also means that a variable is not created until some value is assigned to it. In simple words, when I write age equal to 20, then it means age is a variable. But if I simply write age and then print age, it is not a variable, as until or unless we assign some value to it, it is not considered as a variable. For example, here I print v has no value created. Okay, so what we got is an error here, as name error, name v is not defined, as we have not defined v, right? And after this, if I just ignore this v and now run this, we got 20, as first we created this v as a variable by assigning value to it, then we printed the output of that value. Now we got dynamic typing. Well, what I mean by dynamic typing in Python is that in Python we learned that to create a variable, we just have to assign some value to it, and we can assign any particular type of value to it, like for example numeric, string, etc. And Python has a great feature which is dynamic typing, so I just simply don't have to write all the mentioning of that it is a integer or it is a string or list like other languages. I just have to simply assign the value and it's all done. For example, like here d equal to 10, we stored 10, which is an integer value, to d variable. Now if I reassign a value of some other data type to variable d, Python will not complain. For example, like if I do this here, d is already created, I just here write a string, no issues. But if I did the same in another language, it will obviously give me an error. Well, here x equal to 10 print x, then x equal to dog print x. This is an example of this dynamic typing here, 10 and dog easily. Please note this, here variable x does not have a type. Okay, variable don't have a particular type, data type, but the value which we assigned or which we points to it have a data type. For here 10 has a data type of integer and dog has a data type of string. So keep this in mind that if you don't use particular data types for your operations, you will obviously have errors with it. So you can make a variable point to any value of a different type by reassigning a value of that type. Python will not raise any error. This is called dynamic typing feature of Python. Caution with dynamic typing is that Python is comfortable with changing data types of a variable, but the programmer is responsible for ensuring right types for certain types of operations. For example, if I am gonna use x equal to 10, then y equal to 0. If I perform this x, y equal to x, and this is division 2, 0 upon 2 is obviously 0. But if I write x equal to day and y equal to, then perform again day upon 2, is it mathematically or logically correct? No, right? We can't just divide day by 2, as it is not possible. It is a different data type, like day is a word and 2 is a number. We can't divide a word with a number, right? So it will cause an error like this. Here we got type error, unsupported operand type for string and integer. This is a string and integer, they don't support division. We need to ensure that variables with right types of values should be used in expression. Well friends, this is some question for you all. Is it correct or incorrect? Mention in the comment box. Well, thank you for watching this video. I hope you got to successfully know what are Python variables and its assignment. Well, till then we meet again. Like this video, subscribe to my channel if you are new, and share this video with your friends and family, and comment if you got any doubt. Till then we meet again. Peace out.